Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Listen, nobody cares about it.
Rachel doesn't get a baby?
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Listen, nobody cares about it.
Rachel doesn't get a baby?
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
Baby, hey, so I forgot to give you guys an update. I went to visit Kirby's stage, baby.
Like, we're going to be going to YouTube and doing a stream in a second. So, like, a bunch of those people are probably in the chat right now. Goose gang in the house.
That's right.
In the house. In the house.
Oh.
In the house. In the house. In the house.
Baby.
In the house. In the house.
Kirby's stage! Baby! Yes!
In the house.
Kirby's stage! Baby! Yes!
In the house.
Right here. You guys are in the house now. Baby. 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 Yeah. I didn't know they were here, bro. Nice.
In the house.
Baby. Yeah. Big brains, the IQ, probably the average IQ of the DeFi Kingdoms team. Here's what I had to say to them about it. Baby, visit Kirby's stage. Yeah.
Kirby's stage! Baby! Yes! Kirby's stage! Baby! Yes!
In the house. In the house. In the house. In the house.
What up, y'all? Surprise, surprise. Grady had a little bit of facial surgery and he turned into Kong.
Well, funny story. So I'm sitting at the house. I'm on Twitter. I'm doing my thing. I'm shaking and baking, and I give Grady a call. I'm like, hey, man, we still doing the stream tonight, right? Everything's going as planned. He said, Kong, I need you to step into the batter's box, baby. I'm going out with my son. I got a soccer game. I'm not gonna be able to make the show. There's so much going on. I need you to make it happen. So, hey, here we are, big dog. Ogre, what's up?
What up, man? Family first, family always. I love the fact that, I mean, I hate the fact that we missed last week's and he couldn't be here this week, but you know what? It's for the best reason in the world. So,
Absolutely.
I hope you're having fun with your family. I hope they're having fun with you, brother. We will.
Yes. Yes, I'm so glad he's getting to kind of disconnect, get out, touch some grass, you know, spend some time with the fam. I think he's in IHOP right now, scarfing down some pancakes. So great, yeah. But you know, we got to keep the show rolling, right? We got to keep so much happening, so much action. We had the AMA today. Big news there. Before we get into that, I did want to tell everybody, if you haven't already followed Ogre on Twitter, here's his Twitter right here on the screen. It's at LTC Yeti, so make sure you guys give him a follow. I'm sure most of you already have. And then I didn't know if you wanted to talk about this for a second, Ogre, but I saw where you tweeted something out, possibly about a meetup maybe coming up in a few months, something Bolin was going to be at.
Yeah, Bolin mentioned he's coming into town for a concert at the end of September, so that seems like a great opportunity. I know there's at least 3 or 4 of us here in town, or at least close enough to Nashville to make it legit. Grady's not that far either. We might be able to talk him into coming down as well. It's only a few, like 2-3 hours away, I think. So,
yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm all for, you know, I'm actually from kind of up in that region, as you know. I live in Florida now, but hey, man, that's something that I could make the trek home for sure. If, you know, we're going to do a meetup. I've been waiting for something kind of in that part of the country. Everything's been out west, so.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, there's not a whole lot here going on in the middle, except unless you go down to Texas or up to Colorado. But, like, in between there and the East Coast, like, there's so much flyover country that everybody's just not paying attention to. And there's a lot going on in here.
For sure. Okay, so let's say hey to chat real quick. Let's see what's going on. We got Sir Jules Staker, Starbucks in the house. What's up, guys? So I'm coming in a little hot. Appreciate that. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit for you guys. All right, cool. All right, so you want to get into the big news of the day from the AMA, my friend?
Oh, the big news is HaMaN Day. But real quick, yeah, Mythic Squad, baby, representing. Got the shirt, had to sport it. And Sir Jules Staker, Chattanooga is not far. You know, it's like 2.5 hours from Nashville, depending upon how you drive and where you are. You better be there. But holiday, bro, this is epic. I'm so excited about this. Oh, like it gets rid of that hurdle for adoption, right? I mean, people have to sit there and try and figure out, number one, how you get cryptocurrency from a reputable source. Then number two, how do I figure out what bridging is? And that's after getting it off of the exchange and getting into like the wild west of crypto, right? And then once you get it off the exchange and you bridge it over, okay, cool. Now I can finally start playing. HaMaN kills all of that. It basically takes you straight into DFK and gets rid of all of the crypto back end stuff that scares so many people. It's the next level. Loving it.
Man, that is so cool. I was listening to Fox talking about like how he envisions, you know, the logging in process and just the one click, man. I was just salivating, music to my ears. Like that is so awesome.
Bro, and not only that, but the whole, like, once you get I think it's the same thing you might be talking about, the one-click thing. Like, when you log in through HaMaN, let's say you're a Web2 user, you don't even realize you have an address, and you don't realize there's a bunch of transactions going on, because when you log into the HaMaN wallet, you approve, right, as part of your sign-in, and then anything during that session, you don't see all the stupid MetaMask pop-ups. It just automatically approves in the background, and you just see the little pending going on. So, yeah, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, just you know, kind of removing that barrier, man, is so big for people that aren't familiar with MetaMask. And I think, you know, how he was talking about it basically creates you a wallet just instantaneously. I mean, that is so sick, man. That's what we really need in this space to get people to come in, you know, in droves.
Right, and there's not a whole lot of games or even projects out there with that kind of simplicity yet, right? So that's going to be huge if we can get in there and be one of those first movers. That and just something else I'm working on. I don't want to get too far into it, but it'll be coming up soon. we may or may not have a project, Global Access Group, that's going to be focused on location-based community. So we'll be building out a community here in Nashville, and DeFi Kingdoms and Holiday, like, bro, it's going to be legit. Because I've got the blankets, I've got the bloater hat. We're going to be representing whether or not DFK knows it or not.
That's so cool, man. That's gonna be so fun. And then with Bolin being in the area, and in September, that's awesome.
Yeah, he doesn't have exact dates yet, but for those of you who want to plan, it'll be sometime between the 18th and 22nd of September. So third weekend in September, sounds like. That's when we're shooting for, and it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna have giveaways, all sorts of good jazz. Plus, it might be at a very reputable location here in Nashville. We got to verify it and lock it down, but we know some people who know a pretty hot bar that's right off the strip. And yeah, it's like where the Titans and like all the other big peoples go. Super dope spot. We had an Undead Blocks meet up there a few months ago, maybe. And it was legit. They had like the main bar and then a backyard, like outdoor section with stage and everything. And then they also had a second building that was like a bar and arcade. It had like legit old school arcade games in there you could play, like
pinball and like old school like stand up arcade games and stuff.
Stand up arcade games, yeah. I don't recall seeing a pinball there, but that'd be dope if they'd get one.
Yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah, that'll be fun. Nashville, I know a lot of people haven't been, but it's an up and coming area, man. I think they're building a whole new stadium as well. So, the holiday news. Anything else from the AMA that you want to discuss? I know that kind of dominated the headlines, but
it totally dominated the headlines. And so for those that aren't familiar, I don't want to get too technical with it, but it basically goes into an ERC ERC standard 4337 that allows for account abstraction. Right. And that's at the core of all of this. It's some great new tech. Once again, DFK is pairing. If they're not creating and innovating the new tech, they're teaming up with somebody who is. And that's what we have here. It's that kind of innovation that Holiday brings to the table that will just make it so much easier for us to onboard people. Because now it's not like you don't even have to describe crypto to them. Hey, check out this dope game. All right, cool. Here's how you do it. Get this app. It's that simple. You get that app.
And that's what you want, man. You just want to eliminate the word crypto, any of that. Just make it a smooth, seamless transition to where they don't even know they're playing a crypto game. And then all of a sudden, once they find out what they like, it's like, oh, yeah, by the way, you can, get some monetary value out of this game.
Right. Oh, speaking of which, something that people might not know about. I don't know, have you heard of Loot Rush?
Yeah, they've actually reached out to me in the past. We've done something on Twitter. I think Grady is actually in the process of maybe something coming out this weekend with them too. So yeah, they seem like a really good partner in a lot of different things.
Yeah, they reached out to me as well, and I plan on partnering up with them and kind of helping them get the word out there because they got like over 30 different games, and I have assets in several of them. Biggest one, of course, being DFK. But yeah, I think that's huge. That's that scholarship type stuff that I've been trying to do and wanting to see for this community for a long time. So that way, I mean, that plus Holiday, that's going to be epic combination, bro.
Yep, and they're doing a lot of stuff with a lot of different games too. And I know you're a big proponent of that, that cross-pollination, as you call it, man. And I am too. That's really, to me, where the ticket is to really, just expedite things here in the near future as far as more people coming into the game.
Yep. And it's actually like once you start doing it and jumping into a few of these other communities, you find out that they're already somewhat cross-pollinated. People they're not collaborating publicly as much, right? I mean, like for what I was doing with the Aavegotchi thing, I'm doing that Monday and Tuesday, a cross-pollination event there. And the first one we did in their server, like there were probably 3 or 4 people at least that popped up and were like, yeah, I'm in DFK, and they showed up the next day. So
there you go.
They may have been away for a while and jumped into something new, and they're not familiar with what's going on. So I think that those cross-pollination events, I'd love to see more people doing stuff like that because that's huge. It's going to help us inform the entire community and take the entire community and congeal it into one community more so instead of all these infighting between these projects. We're like, oh, my game's better than yours, whatever. We're all in blockchain gaming, and we're all like 1% of the 1%. Link arms, face outward, and help bring everybody in. That's
right. Yeah, I just actually got in Avagashi's Discord. I saw Chair is one of their big community members, and I know him through Twitter. And I know Doug Hype, who I know, you put him in touch with Grady. That's a prime example right there. And Doug's a huge proponent of merging these communities. I mean, he'll get on stream and go for hours and just want to just build relationships, which I love that, dude.
Hells yes. That's what it's all about.
Yep.
All right. So I see you got the article pulled up for Holiday.
Yeah, this part will frisky. I like that quote. It said, lowering the barrier of entry for traditional gamers and Web2 users into the Web3 space can be a major priority for us. Hollanday's cutting edge technology combined with the team's willingness to build together with us make the perfect choice. So that says it all right there, man.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So yeah, this article is in Median, guys. If you guys want to check it out, I'm sure a lot of you already have, but there's the Median article.
I believe there's a link to it in the announcements channel on DFK, is there not?
I believe so. Yeah, they had it in there.
I'm actually double checking right now before we tell some people some bad info. Verify. Where are the announcements? Oh my God.
What's up, guys? Everybody tuning in. As you can see, I am not the wild man, but he will be back.
Yes.
We didn't get to do an AMA, or you guys didn't last week, so we want to make sure we got one this week.
It was indeed dropped at 11:01 Central Standard Time in the announcements channel on DFK. So you can read that article right there from the server.
What is Sticks Intern talking about here?
I think he's saying that it's an improvement. You look better. He likes to post surgery, Grady.
Oh man, see, it went right over my head. It takes me a minute, guys. I'm not too fast.
No worries, man.
What's going on, Sarge? Oh, by the way, Sarge, I think has a big show coming up tomorrow night, guys. I think he's got some special guests on there. Speaking of Doug Hype, I think he was one of them. Maybe Bolon.
He was.
A few other guys, so I'm excited to I guess Sarge is feeling a little bit better and get him back on stream.
I'll be on there as well. Tomorrow night's going to be a busy night. We got our Crystal Kraken happening at 6:30 Pacific Daily Time, and then right after that at 7, we're jumping into the 7/14 celebration.
The party,
yeah. And then right after that, we're rolling straight into Sergeant McFilthy's stream. So it's going to be an epic Friday night for those of you who are watching. Lots of content.
Sounds fun, man. So much fun stuff going on. I mean, should we touch on the market cap and the price action of the day with the big news? I mean, we're seeing a lot of green bars on the charts today, sir.
I'm thinking the XRP. For those that don't know, XRP got declared not a security, so they won that battle today. And I think that just triggered everything. If you look at Bitcoin, it broke through as well, broke through its resistance. It's up over 31 last I checked, which is pulling everything up with it. Yeah,
let me go to we'll just take a glance real quick. Oh yeah, man. So even really Ethereum, wow, Ethereum's up 7% on the day, man. Or no, 6.5.
Oh my goodness, look at XRP.
Where is it? Oh my gosh, man. It's 81, almost 82 cents, man. Look at that.
That's way more than, or that's almost, well, no, because we went up, what, 27% or something like that on the Jewel thing you had pulled up there a moment ago?
Yeah, I believe so. I think I could compare it here. Let's see. Oh, well. Let's see if I can put Jewel up there next to it. Yeah, that's, yeah, there you go, man.
Yes, sir.
Jewel, man. Look at that vertical move from Jewel, man. That is serious right there.
That's a big buy-in. That's a whale movement right there.
I was going to say, man, that had to have been a big buy. Yep. Man, that's so awesome, man.
I wonder if that's that dude I tried doing an OTC with a couple days ago.
Hey, that could be a few buys, man. That's a huge move, man. I've been waiting on that to pop for a long time. Yes. That's so great for the space, just to breathe some more life and see what our market cap is looking like. And it's where is it, right? 13, and it's jumped to 13.5 million, man. we've gained probably 3 million in the last like 48 hours in cap.
Nice. I love it, and it's just going to get better from there. I mean, with all the people out there creating content, because we got so many content creators, as we were talking about earlier. I mean, plus all of the good crypto news. They're looking for good projects. DFK is one of the better ones out there that's been around, has longevity. You look at like DApp Radar, we're in the top 10 across the board, regardless of what you look at. Like, plus the next crypto gen coming out.
I mean, it's just all the stars seem to be aligning, man. I hope we make that show, but I mean, even if we don't, man, I hope we do. Fingers crossed. But I mean, just it's all kind of coming to fruition with this news today with the holiday. I go back to what Dreamer said about how bullish he is over the next 60 to 90 days. And that kind of plays into everything we're expecting and hoping for. So. Yeah, it's just like it feels like to me we've made up a lot of ground in the last couple of months. It was a lot of doom and gloom. It seems like after the patch came out, and man, talking about spinning and doing a complete 180.
Well, I mean, when the team's sitting there reworking all of the core contracts to upgrade them from Open Zeppelin over to Diamond Standard, that's something that the users don't really see, right?
Right.
It's just like 3 months, 4 months of like no updates that anybody really cares about. They're waiting for.
And somebody like me, as a layman, unlike you, I don't know what's involved in the kind of lift that it takes to do something like that, and I'm assuming most people are like me. They don't get it, but, it sounds like the work they did was perfectly timed, because now look at how the trajectory, and now they have such a strong foundation for, you can tell just listening to their voices in the AMAs, the excitement from the devs now,
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for those that aren't familiar. Essentially, what they basically did is they took DeFi Kingdoms and prepared it for the bull run, right? They are ready to expand and to grow, and they're not going to have to take that break later down the line when we have 1,000, 10,000, however many users that pissing all of them off. We, the small few, suffered through, and now we will be the ones that benefit from it, right? Because they're ready to go, and while other games out there have not necessarily upgraded, they're going to have to do that at some point. And you don't want to do that in the middle of a bull market, because then that's 3 months in the middle of a bull market or whatever, 3, 4, whatever, however long it takes, that you aren't really giving any updates. So your community's going, what's really going on? Are they actually doing stuff, or are they just take their money and rug and they're just talking to us, right? Nobody's going to be asking that question about DFK, because we already put in the work. It was a very proactive call, and I think it's an excellent move by the team. Very excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's becoming even more and more, prevalent to people too. As they see these announcements coming out today, they see the rework on the heroes, man. I gotta say that the rework on the art, man, it pops so hard now, and I can just see when things come back that a big reason will be that art, that things just shoot up when the time comes, because it just looks so clean now. I'm not saying it didn't look clean before, but it just, man, it's a whole nother level.
Well, again, it's another one of those proactive moves. And people are like, cool, we got new artwork, but what does that matter? Well, before they could drop PvP and PvE, that had to be updated, unless you wanted to see a static picture of your hero just bouncing along the screen and not changing, right? To have cooler graphics in the game, be it through PvP and PvE, they needed movement, which required redoing all the artwork. So, yeah, it took time. Some people were salty that it wasn't pushed towards other things, and they spent time updating the artwork. But in all reality, it was a great move, and I love where they went out with it. A couple of the wings I'm a little disappointed in. I mean, there's a couple things that look better before, but you know what? Overall, it's amazing, and I think it's a huge win.
Yeah, I think from the aspect of PvP and the movements, of the striking of the weapon, things of that nature. Sticks, DFK being a first mover on account abstraction was not on the 23 bingo card. Yeah, but stoked it's happening for sure, man. That's another cutting edge thing, man, that like so many people are going to be mirroring.
Not only that, but if you think about as we move into the bull run and the deep pockets out there are trying to find projects they want to invest in, we're going to stand out, because they can be like, look, we've already done this. We've already done this. We've already made this super simple, blah, blah, blah. Well, all the other big projects out there are struggling to catch up. We're going to be scooping up a lot of that money, which is just going to help the team grow and go. It's going to make it that much better. I mean, it'll be bull run again on top of bull run, because we're getting a lion's share of what's coming out. I have no doubt of that. Dreamer's busting his butt.
Yeah, those guys are such grinders and such hustlers, man. I mean, it's to me, it's never been clear, and I've never been more bullish, man. Just the quality of this team, it's never wavered to me at all. You know, as far as what they're capable of, and like Grady always says, man, as long as they kept building, we were going to be okay, and that's exactly what they've done. So. What do you think about, since you didn't get to talk with Grady last week, about the Bazaar?
I think the Bazaar is going to be epic. I mean, just the way it's going to connect the chains. All right, so in the future, let's start by looking at the past, right? How this crazy internet that you and I are talking on and all these people are watching us on, imagine how many different networks this data is going across to get to all these people, right? But back in the day when the internet was being invented, it was kind of like blockchain is now. You started out with just an office building. They're the only ones that had enough money. You had a closed network that you couldn't get out of. There were no bridges to the rest of the world. It was just a network that they could pass their information along, kind of like a blockchain network, except it was based upon locality, not blockchain network. But eventually, over time, the standards were adopted so that all of them could talk together. The bridges were built so that you could seamlessly go from one network to another without even realizing you were on multiple networks. We're going to have the exact same thing, right? In the future is what I anticipate, is that blockchain in the future, people aren't even going to know what network they're on. They're not going to care. It won't matter. It'll be completely seamless. And that's where we're going to go with this. So yeah, the account abstraction, that's huge for that. That's a major step in that direction.
That's awesome. I love it. So cool.
Yeah. What else we got? We got some time here because I mean it was a big topic, but it was pretty much all they talked about the AMA today was the account abstraction and the holiday because it is that big a deal. But we got time for some questions. Anybody out there got some questions? Something you guys want to add to the mix? Let me check the YouTube chat on the phone.
Yeah, I saw where, man, it didn't take Coinbase long to announce that they were going to relist XRP, did it?
No, it didn't. I have a feeling they were ready to go. They knew what was going to happen.
Man, that's big. I mean, it pumped like that before the listing. Just wait till it relist. That thing's going to shoot, man.
Right. Wow. Executable re. I don't know. I don't know if that's your name, EREXERE. But yeah, appreciate you, bro. And hell yes, definitely crypto mullet. We need to do that. We need to figure out a way to like take DFK and put a crypto mullet on it.
Moksha's up to 53 cents. That's kind of where they've peaked at, though. We'll see if they hold. I don't expect those to do anything but keep going up, man. Moksha ruins. I know I'm burning a bunch of them right now. So
there's a question. What do you think, like, of all of the assets, right? Because you have all the different materials and the different tokens. What do you think is like, and of course, not financial advice, anybody. This is just us talking. But
right.
What do you think? What is if you could pick like the top token, what do you think it'd be if you had somebody who was like from Singapore and they had $5? What would you spend that $5 on?
As far as like the items?
Yeah.
Probably Moksha's, man, just because people are leveling up, past 10 faster. There's, more and more heroes being summoned. And, I mean, people are trying to get to level 20 as quick as they can. I don't think a lot of people are using stampots right now. But, I mean, when I hear Grady saying he's having to buy Mokshas, that makes me bullish on those, No
doubt. Sorry.
No, it's all good. And then maybe just a random item. I don't know. Maybe Swift Thistle, man. I think they're going to come back into play. I know they're not anything right now, but, during the bull, those were a hot commodity.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was also part of it. I mean, they were something that was needed for the stampots, and a lot of people were stampotting. Here's a question for you. I wonder, out of curiosity, if there's anybody out there who can like look at all of the code and find the answer. What are there more of? Pets that increase your XP at a faster rate, or pets that get you more runes? Because I agree with you on the runes. I think they're going to be a hot commodity. I think they're going to be the next gold/Gaia's Tears.
Are you talking about Shavaz ruins?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Could
be.
I think that both the Moshka and the Shavaz, all runes, are going to be kind of one of the next bottlenecks, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that are strapping pets onto their heroes to help them. It's essentially like a backdoor stampot, right, through your pet.
That's what I do.
So you're going up faster in level, but you're going on fewer quests, which means you have a less of a chance of finding those runes, right? So
that's a very good point. I didn't think about that.
The comparison of how many pets improve your chances of bringing home runes versus the amount of pets that improve your chances of increasing your experience. And a lot of the pets, even if it doesn't specifically do XP, if it like helps you find more fish when fishing, well, each one of those fish you find are worth XP. So almost all of them increase the rate at which you gain XP, which reduces the amount of quests you're going on before you level up, which just reduces the amount of
ruins you're going to find.
Exactly. So,
yep, and then those pets that have the ruin bonus, those could come into play big time. So that's what I love about this game, man. It's just everything is already built out as far as there being so many cool things to do in so many different ways to make, especially, when a lot of people come back in. Like, I think potions, those are going to be freaking huge when PvP gets here. You're talking about burning items, man. I bet we're going to burn a ton of items with potions.
I think people are sleeping on PvE personally. So I'm more of a PvE guy. I'm more of the farmer gamer than the PvPer. But they've actually called it out a few times when people were mentioning PvP. They're like, don't forget about PvE, right?
That's true.
So I mean, you might need stand pot. I mean, you think about it, how are they going to do movement on the map? You might want stand pots for that also, right? So that you can get there to that land before anybody else and capture that land before they can potentially.
Let's see what Wowie's got here. I've been preaching Moshka forever. Just look at the amount needed to level up from 10 to 20 and the difference between the drop rates.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right there with you.
And
what? All right, did our freaking PvP master just say he's more of a PvE guy? I'm scared. I don't want to PvE against you. I need you on my team, bro. Mythic Squad, join.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So cool. So much fun stuff going on, man. I'm incredibly bullish on the future.
Yes. I'm super stoked. Wow. It's funny when you pull that up. It appears that I really like Deadpool, which is true.
Oh, over here on the right? Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Shows the most commonly used pictures and memes. And yeah, it's 4 of the 6 are Deadpool.
I love it. All right, guys. I'm not going to keep it going too long for the Wild Man. I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Make sure you give Ogre a follow. So bullish on the future of the game, man. This is great news. Everything that they're doing with Holiday is epic. And any final thoughts, Ogre?
Get in here if you're not familiar. Every week we do a Crystal Kraken event where it's fun. There's 18 slots, six numbers, right? So we got 6 Gen 0 summons happening every week, and we take the 3 slots from each of those summons and I'll raffle those off for 50 crystal each. Ooh, excuse me. And then it's just whoever hits gets that hero. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fun way to just throw less than $1 at something, and you might come out with a legendary mythical advanced class hero Gen 1 with 5 of 5 summons or 10 of 10 summons if it's not a mythical not an advanced class.
Yeah, the stuff you guys do over there, man. If anybody hasn't joined Mythic Squad Discord, get in there. Great guys. Couldn't, salt of the earth, man. They do anything for the community. We had a couple people just join the community in the last few days off Twitter. People just giving them heroes, giving them, pets. I'm not saying they're going to do that for everybody, but, get in there. And if you want to learn how to summon, do a lot of cool things. Those guys, About Life Podcast, Sticks Intern. Man, I could go on and on forever. So, love you guys. Ogre, you got anything else, man?
No, I was just saying, agreeing with you. There's so many amazing content creators in there. Wrap it up, brother. It's all you.
All right. Love you guys. Ogre, Crypto Kong in for Crypto Grady. Out. Yeah.